Hello, today I will solve by using the quadratic formula. I will just be demonstrating how to use this formula right over here on the right hand side, the quadratic formula. You want to have this memorized, and I will be demonstrating with 2x squared minus 15x minus 27 equal to 0. So we have this equation. Now it is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. And when we're in this form, that tells us we can use the quadratic formula to solve. The quadratic formula will always work if you're in this form, no matter what. So now I need to figure out what is my a, what is my b, and what is my c. That'll be the first step. Well, a is the leading coefficient on our x squared value. So a is going to be 2. B is going to be the leading coefficient on the x. As you can see here, it is negative 15. And then our c is just the last constant, is negative 27. Now I'm going to use my a, b, and c and plug it into my quadratic formula. So let's start. We have x equals negative b. So the b was what I had in green here, so I'm going to put negative 15, and then we had plus minus the square root of all of this, so we have b squared, and you see here I am putting everything in parentheses that I'm plugging in, and I'm doing this so that I can clearly see when the negatives become squared or when you have a negative times a negative, as we do in both of these cases. If you do not do that, then you'll be missing signs that you need, whether it's positive or negative. And then we have minus 4 times a times c. Now a, I put in yellow, which was 2. And then c was negative 27. And then in the denominator, we have 2 times a. And a we labeled with yellow, so we have 2 times 2. Now we need to just keep cleaning up. Now we see in this very first part right here, we have a negative times a negative. That would give you a positive 15. Okay, negative 15 all squared, that is 225. And we have negative 4 times 2 times negative 27. Now the negative and the negative, you see a negative and a negative, would really make a positive. Now 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 27, that's a large number. I recommend using your calculator. That is actually 216. And then we're dividing this all by 2a, which is 2 times 2. It's all divided by 4. All right, so we have set up entirely everything and we're right on our way, and we actually don't have too much left to do. So I'm going to keep all of this in the same form that it has. It's all divided by 4. We have 15 plus or minus this square root piece. Now 225 plus 216 actually gives you 441. Now what do we do? Well, 441, we're taking the square root of this. We need to clean that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to the side. I'm just going to go right over here and think about the square root of 441. Well, let's make a factor tree. 441. Now, I'm going to divide it by 3, so you take 441, divide by 3, you get 147. Now this is odd, so let's try dividing by 3 again. So if I divide that by 3, you get 49. Now 49, you know that is 7 times 7. So I have 3, 3, 7, and 7. So I know, based on what you know about radical rules, you could write this as 3 times 3 times 7 times 7. And when you take the square root of anything, well, you're looking for pairs of 3s. So pair of 3 can come out, then we have times, a pair of 7s can come out. So this would just leave us with 21. So the square root of 441 equals 21. Let's check this. The way we could check that, well, this is saying that it's a perfect square. So 21 squared is what? Well, 21 squared, if you put it in your calculator, is 441. So that is a fact. If you have the square root of 441, you will have 21. So I'm going to go back over here. We have x equals 15 plus or minus 21, and this is all divided by 4. Now, what we have here is a plus and a minus. So let's split this up into two cases. We'll have x equals 15 plus 21 over 4, and then we'll have x equals 15 minus 21 over 4. This is just to help us with keeping organized because we have two solutions truly. Now, what I'll do is I'll go down a little bit and just say x is equal to, now if we do 15 plus 21, that would bring us to 36 over 4, and 36 over 4 would give you x equals 9. Then we have x equals 15 minus 21, so we know we would get a negative. 15 minus 21 gives you negative 6 divided by 4. Now, what does 6 and 4 have in common? Well, 6 and 4 have a 2 in common, and since 2 is in common, we'll have negative 3 over 2. We simplified the fraction. So we have a solution x equals 9. We also have a solution x equals negative 3/2. Either of these would make that original equation equal to 0. It would solve this equation that we started with at the very beginning.